from a cooperative project for acquiring skills essential to learning.
Welcome to another episode of Security Chipmunks, where we keep chipping away at it. I'm your host, Edna Johnson. I'm here with my co-host, Neil Smalley, and today we have our guest, Josh Mason. Josh, go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Hey, thanks for having me, Edna and Neil. I'm a former Air Force pilot and cyber warfare officer. I've taught cybersecurity after getting out. I've now gotten into the sales side after doing some consulting work with pen testing companies. And I like helping people get into cyber myself. It was about 5 years ago, beginning of 2020, I got out of the Air Force and I learned how hard it is to get a job in cyber. And so since then, I've been trying to help other people use the tools that I found along the way.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that you not only figured out how to get into cyber for yourself, but you're also helping other people around you and lifting them up and helping them figure out how to get into cybersecurity. It's really kind of you. So I heard that you have a village that's coming up at DEF CON, Noob Village. So that's really exciting. What can people look forward to at Noob Village?
So one of the things I had heard about DEF CON was that it's not very noob friendly. Unless you know people or you've been around for a while or you know what you want, DEF CON can be kind of overwhelming. So I had the idea a few years ago to have a whole village where it could be, hey, if you're new, show up here first. We'll help you out. We'll point you to things. We'll connect you with people. And so that's a little bit of what Noob Village is doing. And we're working alongside, we've got friends in Lonely Hackers Club. We've got friends at the Diana Initiative. And so all three of us are actually communities kind of in the same space on the second floor where we'll be having a super noob friendly CTF and an area where if someone doesn't know how to do a CTF or they're wary, they're brand new, they haven't won a black badge at a Wild West Hacking Fest and they want to get into it, we're going to have people there willing to answer questions, happy to walk them through things. We're actually going to even have like a pro-am sort of thing. There's going to be an award for some people doing the CTF. There's also going to be an award for people helping. So if you're a helper, you can register. I'm used to VAR sales or like partner sales where like you register a deal. So then you get the benefits of that deal.
Oh, yeah.
So we're kind of going to be doing that here where, I helped Susie with this challenge and she passed it. So I'm registering that and now I get points. And so there's going to be the regular scoreboard, but also the helper scoreboard. Be like, who can be the most helpful?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're going to have some like Synac, Red Team is actually going to be sponsoring the prize. So next week when all the Lego stuff goes on sale on May 4th, we're going to get some really huge Lego sets, like a Millennium Falcon or a Death Star, things along those lines.
For those of us
are going to be the prizes.
Don't know, when you say Lego stuff that's coming out, what are we talking about here?
So, have you seen like the Lego Millennium Falcon? It's like
there's been different versions of Lego Millennium Falcons through the years, but I wasn't aware of any new ones coming out.
Not new; they just go on sale on Star Wars Day, May 4th. Because May the 4th be with you.
Right.
So we'll see what cool stuff comes out on sale. And
gotcha. I just wasn't sure if it was like a special Synac edition or something.
Oh, ooh. We should talk to people about that.
Yeah, you can also make like custom Lego figurines. I love Legos. So you can make them custom and like you could put like Noob Village on the back of it or something. That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
A lot of the ideation that we're doing is in Discord, and if anyone wants to go to noobvillage.org/Discord, they'll take them to the link to our Discord, and really anyone can jump in with ideas. I don't know if it's the best way to do things, but it's what I'm doing, and it's working out really well.
That's great. I really love that you're encouraging people to help out and get involved and volunteer and getting other people involved. That's great.
It's wild. I didn't know what to expect, which is, I should have known to expect some things. I've been volunteering with Simply Cyber, and I used to volunteer with Cyber and Security, and I've worked with Wild West Hacking Fest. And there's plenty of people who will raise their hand and volunteer. There's people who will make podcasts to help out new people and people to do mentoring and speak on the topics. And so it shouldn't be that surprising. But at the same time, I was like, I don't have anyone who's like, I'm in if you do this. It was, well, I'm here, I'm doing this. Who wants to help? And the server's got like 250 people in it now. And I invited a few. You know, I invited Wade and Philip Wiley and, the folks.
The folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie and etc. But organically, just people saw things on LinkedIn or on Reddit and were like, I want to help with that. I want to be part of that. And it's really, really freaking cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
One of the other things that we're going to have is a no stupid questions table where we'll answer anything. Career stuff, DEF CON stuff, hacking stuff. There's no stupid question. If we don't know, we will find it out. And one of the great things we put together these ideas, we brainstormed, and then we pick the stuff, and now I've assigned them to leads, and I'm kind of leaving it up to them to flesh out. The managing the managers, it's wild.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're delegating.
Exactly.
It's the best way to get stuff done when you get others to help you get the work done.
100%. Mm-hmm. You know what it's like running you do the local death con, right?
Yeah, I do. I organize with DC 407.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it can be a lot of moving parts.
Yes.
Finding people who will take something and run with it takes a lot of the pressure off, I find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I heard there's going to be talks.
Yeah.
What kind of talks are you going to have?
We're going to have CTF 101 type talks from Ben Nomsek. I also have LinkedIn on my other window. Jason Haddix just got back to me. He's doing a talk on Bug Bounty 101. Tyler Ramsby is going to do a web app pen testing 101 and a noob friendly stuff. Actually, I think I'm working with them to actually have a challenge in the CTF, and they'll walk people through that challenge, and then it'll be easily repeatable if they, want to do it themselves. Philip Wiley is going to do I asked him if he'd do his pen tester blueprint talk, so he's on board for that. Aleth Dennis is going to do a talk. I asked her to do an intro on OSINT and social engineering. I've got a whole list. I should just pull that up. But yeah, a bunch of talks.
Those are phenomenal speakers.
Yes, it's funny you bring up the blue tester, the pen tester blueprint. I actually have that on my desk right here. So
nice.
Yeah.
It's one of the first ones I got.
Nice.
And it's a weird world where I remember hearing Philip's podcast and seeing him on LinkedIn and getting the book and reading through that and then bumping into him at stuff. Or when he was at different companies, I was like, well, they say to reach out to someone who's at that company to ask things. So pinged him on LinkedIn, asked some questions. He's like, here's my phone number. Give me a call. And we chatted. And great friend. hung out at a bunch of different conferences, and I love it. It's awesome.
That's what I've been discovering. People are just so nice and willing to help you out if you just ask them.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I think we think of like the celebrity Hollywood or like politician people on TV kind of world, and like they're distant. And so like then in like cybersecurity, we've got people who show up on things, who host podcasts or who speak at conferences, and we're like, oh, that's like a celebrity. But it's just a person who either has like a low tolerance for shame, like myself, who's willing to just show up and look stupid, or just friendly people willing to help out. So yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, and those people are so willing to help others, and that's kind of why they volunteer and put themselves out there. But
Exactly.
the people that you see that you think are like huge celebrities, some of them are like overwhelmed with messages, but some of them, like the more local ones and people who you are in your community near you, they welcome you reaching out and asking questions and learning more about the field and stuff like that. So it's pretty
100%.
cool.
There's I don't know, but you guys, I get, or y'all, I get a ton of messages on LinkedIn that are spam. Like people's trying to sell me things, or recruiters trying to hire me people. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to sell. It's really annoying. But then every once in a while, I'll get someone who's like new, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I'm thinking about doing this." I'm like, excellent. That's the message I want to get. I want to get the person who's like, "Hey, I've been studying this. Is that going to help me get a job?" So then I can, go into the whole spiel and like share all the knowledge and help out. I love getting those, but I think people are scared of being like, "Well, I don't want to take up your time," but people show up with questions, like questions that they want answers to. Like I know I'm not alone because I've heard other folks share the same things, and you're nodding, so I assume that you feel similar. So
Yeah, I love helping people who are new to the field and want to know, because I know like when you're first getting into this, you don't know what this career is like. You don't know the landscape, and you're trying to figure it out. And there's some things that you can read online, but it helps to have somebody that's been there before and can guide you. And so it's great when you can ask for help and get some guidance.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm actually that reminds me, I'm horrible at science. I'm actually working on a book with Pact right now, Beginner's Guide to Cybersecurity. That
That's
is,
amazing.
I've been trying to like put all the stuff that I know in there.
I love that. That's going to be
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm looking forward to it coming out. My
Yeah.
editors don't really get my vision for it. They keep wanting me to make it like a textbook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no,
People
no.
aren't going to
That'll
read a
bore people.
textbook.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think PACT does have a lot of history with making textbook type of material, so I can understand that. But yeah, I get that you're trying to not make a textbook. You're trying to get something that people want to read. They want to go,
Yeah.
not just like they took a class and have to read it, but like, I actually want to read this because it's so interesting. Yeah.
Right. That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've got a unique voice, uh, in the space, and so, but I don't know. People react to it in positive ways, so that's continue to do my thing. Hopefully, it keeps working.
Yeah. Um, so I know that you breaking into the field, you did a lot of volunteering. So like in your volunteering time, what has been your most like favorite volunteer activity that you did, and what do you feel like has been the most impactful?
Ooh. Um, my favorite, I think, remains Wild West Hacking Fest. It's it always feels like either a church retreat or like a family reunion that I look forward to, if that makes sense.
I've been to Wild West Hackenfest, so it makes sense to me. But like for our listeners who may have not been to Wild West Hackenfest,
Uh,
it's
it's more like a summer camp than anything else, except your activities are talking about hacking or defending or discussing it, policy with, leadership, that sort of thing. And then the people who you're interacting with live and breathe the same struggles that you do, both at the job, trying to get the job, like around all the technical pieces and the non-technical pieces. And it's one of those things. It's not easy to get to Deadwood, South Dakota.
The scenery is worth it, though.
Yeah, you got to fly out there, and then get on the bus or rent a car. I showed up early last year, and I'm going to this year to help out with training. So the bus isn't running on that day because there's like 5 of us.
yeah.
But you get out there, and then you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, all these casinos and little hotels, and like it's cute and it's quaint in the mountains, and everyone is super nice. John's like first and second rule is it's not don't talk about Fight Club, it's be kind, and the second rule is be kind. And so you just end up with like this very friendly feeling from everyone. And but you still get quality stuff. Like some of the like most skilled or experienced folks in the community are there contributing, and they're friendly and they want to hang out and do like Whose Slide Is It Anyways, or karaoke, or play Magic the Gathering. I've got a picture from last year of a bunch of us with Jerry Ozier and Bo Bullock and Zach Hill and why am I blanking? Kennedy, Trusted Sec,
Dave Kennedy,
Dave Kennedy,
and Dave Kennedy.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of other just random like folks who are brand new, all playing Magic the Gathering. And I think Bo beat Dave.
Nice.
But like that's what you get there is like people who like own cybersecurity companies or like are the lead like instructor for cloud pen testing. Oh, and like really helpful folks just there to hang out and make new friends themselves. Frankly.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the vibe when I go to Wild West Hackenfest. Everybody's so nice and everybody's friendly and there's no egos there. You're just an attendee and that's an attendee and you're just there to have fun.
So. Exactly.
And I mean, isn't that what networking is really about? Like people ask, how do I network? And it's like, well, make friends,
Be friendly. Like, show up and be friendly. Like, there's plenty of spaces on social media or on YouTube live streams or on LinkedIn or Discord communities or at conferences. Like, just show up and be friendly. You don't have to be great at anything. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to know a whole lot. But if you're friendly, like, man, that'll go far. I can take a friendly person willing to put in some work and like turn them into something huge. So, yeah. So people who are like, I don't know. I don't run into many of them. The people who aren't friendly, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where those people are. Fortunately, I don't really attract them. They don't like my vibe or something. That's fine.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So getting back to the question with volunteering, your favorite volunteering was Wild West Hacking
Wild West.
Fest. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Noob Village. It's
Mm-hmm.
hoping it fills a gap and that it fulfills a need. And there's a little bit of me where I constantly wonder, like, do I just think that we need that thing? Am I being like full of myself? But I'm really hoping it does go places. The most impactful, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've run into folks all over the place. I made some of the videos and helped with the test for, or I mostly QA'd and ideated with Alexi Hackersploit on EJPT version 2. So like sometimes people will walk up to me and be like, "Oh, hey, I took the test and I recognize you from videos." Like, that's awesome. Some people from podcasts, some from Simply Cyber, some from other talks I've done. I never know what's going to hit with people. And I'm always surprised. And like, I don't know, it feels really nice to hear someone be like, "Oh, hey, this really helped." It's like, oh, I'm glad. That was the goal.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you just never know who is going to be affected by what you put out there. So it's
Right?
definitely a journey and an experience to find that out for sure.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Security Chipmunks. Keep chipping away at it.